it's your good friend, Chickaree, regionally famous baseball mascot from the Chickarees, and I'm here for Chuck It Bucket. Look, you gotta take it from the most famous baby bird in Western Massachusetts. Chuck Chickaree and Chuck It Bucket are a match made in heaven. Nobody, and I mean nobody, knows about the wicked awesome weight loss power of regurgitation like Chuck and Chuck. I haven't personally been to a baseball diamond since fucking spring training, thanks to this virus bullshit. But I gotta tell you, I put on a few pounds eating all these quarantine snacks. I couldn't even squeeze my fat ass into this goddamn bird suit. But Chuck It Bucket bailed me out. All you gotta do is you can eat anything you want as long as you don't digest it and you spit it out into the fucking bucket. You don't gain any weight and you shed the pounds right off. Just remember their famous slogan: it's quick, it's easy, it's guaranteed. All right, how was that? Was that a better take than the last time?
No, Chuck. I told you can't be cussing in a radio ad. Jesus.
I'm not gonna fucking do it again. You just pay me my money. $100, just like we talked about, or I'll break a bat over your head.
And now let's just get into this week's Top Morons.
All right. Well, in a baffling and bizarre attempt to appeal to voters, I guess, Joe Biden agreed to be interviewed by Cardi B for Elle magazine. Now, the love and hip-hop star and presidential hopeful had a confusing conversation about free college education, Medicare, and some good old-fashioned Trump bashing. Now, at one point, Biden told the wax singer, "You're the smartest, the best educated, the least prejudiced, and the most engaged generation in history, and you're going to change this."
Yeah, I saw this interview and my brain still fucking hurts from it. I don't think I've ever seen two people that stupid have a conversation outside of a special ed classroom. That was unbelievable.
It was. I mean, I just don't know what segment of the population they thought was hiding behind, like, a Cardi B and Elle magazine fandom. Like, that's so random and weird. How many people could they actually hope to, like, mobilize from that?
Well, I mean, Joe's got dementia. I mean, his brain's basically gone. So they probably were like, who can we find that's in the public light that has, the same IQ that he has left? I mean, you talk about low information voters. I don't think it gets any lower than Cardi B.
Good point. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, he's hiding in his basement and he won't do a debate. Maybe he'll do a debate if they get Juicy J to moderate it.
I have to say, the part that confused me about this interview the most, besides the fact that it actually happened in real life, is the fact that Cardi B was going on the record with Joe Biden saying, like, "Oh, we really care about, like, free college and, like, free medical care and free stuff like this." And it just occurred to me, like, you're a billionaire in America. Like, you do realize that in any kind of democratic plan to provide those things for people, you'd be the one paying for it, right? Like,
yeah, it's not going to be free for you, Cardi, but I do think you need the education. After this interview, I was looking on YouTube to see if she's normally that incoherent, and holy shit, have you seen some of her rants? Like,
yeah, I mean, I try to avoid them, but I've seen a couple clips here and there, and they're pretty profane, pretty rambling.
Yeah, it's like the kind of shit you hear outside of a nail salon in Compton on the 1st and the 15th.
Oh,
anyway, enough about those two. If you think that Cardi B is a low IQ Biden voter, one of Chicago's many, many left-wing rioters actually set an even worse example and set himself apart from the crowd last week, quite literally. So he's a 20-year-old looter, and he decided to live stream his felonious activity on Facebook last week.
Good move.
Yep, I mean, it doesn't get much dumber than that. He treated the internet to footage of himself destroying an ATM machine and cheesing for the camera. Unfortunately, it didn't take long before the video made it to Chicago police, who ID'd him within an hour and a half, and they charged him with 2 felonies.
Maybe this is why Lori Lightfoot's always telling people to wear a mask.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard them say that they've been on the record saying that they think that riots are a great way to get reparations, but you don't exactly get a lot of reparations by getting in lockup, unless you're talking about, 3 hots and a cot,
Right. Well, look, I don't even know where to go with that. But speaking of campaigning for wearing masks, commuters in Berlin are being subjected to chemical warfare.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
Right, but it's close. So public transportation trains are now telling commuters to forego wearing deodorant, hoping that the overwhelming odor of the masses will inspire people to reach for their masks.
Jesus. I mean, if the masks can't prevent a virus from getting through to you, and just read the labels on the boxes, they can't, how the hell do you think they're going to protect you from the stench of the BO in a crowd?
Look, don't think too much about it. Just shut up and do your part. Wear your mask, stink it up. That's what they want you to do.
Yeah, wear a mask, but don't wear deodorant. They really want a really lovely future for us all, don't they?
Maybe we should all stop brushing our teeth too, so that the mask can cover up our bad mouth odor.
Maybe they should get masks that can actually filter something, and then we can talk. Anyway, out in San Francisco, it would take a whole lot more than deodorant to cover up the stench, as the city once famous for beautiful views, cable cars, and delicious seafood cuisine is now better known for human waste and used syringes littering the streets, as well as some of the most repressive COVID lockdowns in America. But that's where one Michelin-starred sushi restaurant stepped up this week. So the restaurant, it's called Chickaree. The restaurant got around public health restrictions on indoor dining and the pervasive homeless population that's been harassing their outdoor patrons by installing, you got to see this. They installed $1,400 clear geodesic domes. So if you want to eat at the sushi restaurant, because Gavin Newsom makes everybody sit outside if they want to go to a restaurant, over there, you get to sit outside, but you're inside. It's $200 a table, so it's not cheap, but all the homeless people that are shitting in the streets and shooting up and going up to tables, harassing people, they can't get in, because you got that, geodesic igloo to keep them away.
It's a good idea. I don't know how effective it is. I'm just picturing, many homeless men coming up to the geodesic domes and, like when you're in your car and they come up to your car with, their signs and they wave at you and they try to get your attention. I'm just picturing if you ignore them as they're, pressed up against your geodesic dome, that, they're going to start doing shit whipping their dick out and pressing it against the dome or something. I'm just picturing, the worst case scenario. I still feel like it's a good solution. It's a smart solution, but it's maybe not perfect.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there is some of that. I mean, how much is that sushi in the window? You're trying to enjoy your meal, and then you look over to the side, and there's some, heroin addict just pressed up against it, like that scene in Cable Guy. Billy!
Soup in the street, that would kill my appetite, just popping a squat.
But at least you can't smell them now. It's better than it was before, because before you were sitting out there in the outdoor dining just raw dogging it. At least now they're, in a bubble. At least they were. Because the reason this is a moron story is that the city of San Francisco shut it down. They shut it down. This poor restaurant, I mean, obviously it's a good restaurant. They're Michelin starred, for Christ's sake. They can afford to, charge $200 for a table just to put it inside a dome, and people will happily pay it. But they shut it down because they thought that this was anti-homeless and that it was mean.
Well, I mean, it is kind of anti-homeless. I mean, what, are you required to buy dinner for every bum in the neighborhood now?
I mean, maybe. This is Nancy Pelosi's district. I mean,
I thought they were all for like social distancing. Like, this sounds like the perfect coronavirus solution.
No, social distancing unless, you're dealing with people that are less fortunate than you because they have a heroin addiction.
I mean, I can guarantee you that those homeless people haven't been washing their hands for, 20 seconds every few hours. Like, that's not happening.
No, but you're damn near required to have them pull up to your table, get them an appetizer, buy them a glass of wine, and if you want to have a nice, date night out, then you're going to have a fucking Rufus from Bumfight sitting right across the table from you.
Wow. Look, I'm all for, like, homeless advocacy and resource groups and charities and things of that nature. Like, I do think there's some genuinely good people out there who've been hit with hard times, but I really don't want to feel like I have to let them come pull up to a table at me when I'm having a fine dining experience. Like, that's really pushing it.
That's probably why everybody that can is leaving. I mean, another year or two of this, and San Francisco is going to be empty. The only people that are going to be there are going to be the homeless people shitting in the streets.
True. Well, while they're emptying out seats in San Francisco, one DMV in Tennessee apparently doesn't even think you need to be present to take your driver's license photo anymore.
Okay, I might actually be with this one. So they're letting you, like, submit your photos online, like, for social distancing? Like, anytime you can avoid going to the DMV, that makes me happy.
I hear you on that, but this actually wasn't intentional. It was actually an incredibly dumb mistake made by DMV employees, so not surprising, but a Tennessee woman who recently renewed her driver's license online received her ID card back with a photo of an empty chair on it instead of her face.
Well, I mean, to be fair, people always complain about their driver's license photos. At least she doesn't look bad in it.
I mean, isn't the purpose of an ID to be able to identify the person? Like, how are you going to do that with a picture of an empty chair?
Well, maybe she's an illegal immigrant. You don't want to be discriminatory. You remember that story for a couple weeks ago where, like, it's illegal to publish a mugshot? Like, maybe she's breaking the law and they don't want her to get caught.
Could be. I don't know if they play that in Tennessee, but you might be onto something.
Yeah, this day and age, you never know. Anyway, for this next story, I feel like we've seen some version of this one pretty much every week since this pandemic nonsense started, but it gets funnier every time, so I'm going to keep it coming. So the self-proclaimed archbishop of a Florida cult has been arrested in Colombia along with his son, and he's now facing extradition. Their alleged crime? Selling an industrial bleach as a miracle cure.
Okay, I have a lot of questions about what you just said, but my main question is, what the hell is it with these people thinking that bleach kills the coronavirus or cures it?
Well, these guys they're next level grifters because they didn't stop with the coronavirus. They claimed that drinking a powerful bleach that's used in textile manufacturing, which they marketed as a miracle mineral solution, can cure almost any illness. So that includes cancer. It includes HIV, AIDS. It includes autism.
Is the cure death? Because, yeah, if you die, you're not going to be suffering from those diseases anymore. Is that the thing that they're going for here?
I think you might have found the small print. Because the miracle cure is suspected in the deaths of 7 American citizens. Oh,
my God.
You say it, some people might say it's sad. I kind of feel like you deserve it. If you're listening to some fucking guy that tells you to drink bleach and you think, and you're thinking, you know what? I like this guy. I want to subscribe to his newsletter.
You know what? I feel like it's not that far of a jump. They've really been conditioning us. First it was, things like, miracle fruits found in the rainforest. Then we moved on to, like, essential oils curing everything. And now we've just gone to bleach. Like, I don't know what's next, but I'm betting cyanide.
Yeah, you know what? If you're out there and you're willing to believe this, I think you should take the advice. That's all I've got to say on the matter. Anyway, it looks like we're getting a call on the call-in line, 850 area code. I want to say that's here in Florida.
Oh, interesting. All right, well, I guess I'll give it a shot. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, my name's Gladys. I'm calling from Tallahassee, Florida.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for calling in, Gladys. What made you decide to give us a call today?
Well, I'm calling to defend the honor of the man who is the Archbishop of the Church. You have just besmirched his name. You call him a charlatan. You call him a bad man.
Well, yeah, he was telling his cult members to drink bleach, which is pretty horrible.
Oh, no. You don't say that word. We are not a cult. This is a church, a holy church right here in Florida, and it's made in the name of Jesus, in the name of the Holy Spirit, in the name of the Father and the Virgin Mary, the Mother, and it's made to protect the souls and the body of the parishioners.
Oh, no, Gladys. Did you actually know this guy?
Yes, I do. And it is a very big, it's a tragedy that people in the news want to say these bad things. You don't understand. There's a coronavirus. The coronavirus, it's deadly plague, and it's killing people all over Florida. I'm 83 years old, and I'm in the age group where the coronavirus could kill me. And the Archbishop, he has made me live. He's given me the blood of Christ.
Okay.
I'm still alive.
Well, I mean, I'm glad you're still alive, Gladys, but it sounds like he may have kind of... You sound like you're scared, which I understand, and it sounds like, unfortunately, this guy may have taken advantage of your fear and your beliefs and kind of...
No, when you walk in the valley of the shadow of death, know that the Lord is your shepherd, and the Archbishop is also your shepherd, and he holdeth your hand, and you walk in the shadow, and you fear not death, because you have the miracle cure, and that's what I have purchased, and that's what I've used, and it has kept me pure. It has killed the coronavirus, it has killed the devil, and I'm safe and pure.
Well, Gladys, please tell me you are not drinking bleach. I mean...
No.
Thank God.
No, I do not drink the bleach. I do not drink the miracle cure.
Good.
The miracle cure, it does contain bleach. It contains a very powerful industrial bleach. Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're not drinking it, what are you doing with it? Cleaning your house or something? I mean, that could be okay.
No, Lord. Because my soul is pure. I do not take in any filth. I do not take in any poisons, but the coronavirus, and this comes from Jesus Christ himself. He spoke through the name of the Archbishop. He said the coronavirus, it lives far outside of your booty hole.
What?
What I do, I take a turkey baster. I fill the turkey baster, filled with the miracle cure, filled with the bleach. I put it in my booty hole. I squeeze the turkey baster.
Whoa!
I let the bleach clean out the coronavirus.
Gladys, no, you cannot be telling me that you're giving yourself bleach enemas, for God's sake!
Mm-hmm. This comes from the Lord. And so saith the Lord, so saith God. He says to clean your booty hole with the miracle cure, and you shall not die of the coronavirus.
Look, Gladys, you can believe whatever you want, but there is no way in hell you should be shoving bleach up your ass. Like, that's totally unsafe. You're gonna die.
You listen to me, because you sound like a young lady. You sound like you're not scared of the coronavirus. The coronavirus is very serious. You must take it serious. It could kill me. It could kill you. And if you are not taking in the miracle cure, then you could spread. You could spread the coronavirus. You could kill me.
Gladys.
You could make my soul go to Galilee. and you won't get me down to the river. So I'm gonna make you take it.
Okay, do you have any, like, family members or friends who are looking out for you? Because I feel like they should know that you're doing this.
The Archbishop is my family. The Archbishop is the Lord. He's manifest here in the flesh.
He wouldn't have been arrested if he would.
He's speaking to me now through the Spirit of the Lord. So that means that Jesus Christ is speaking to me now, and he's telling me I gotta get in my car. I gotta drive down to Tampa, Florida. I gotta find the War on Moron studio. I gotta find you. I gotta put that miracle cure. I gotta put it in a turkey baster. I'm gonna put it in your booty.
Okay, you know what? Gladys, that's enough. Stop it.
Cure you of the coronavirus.
You're not doing anything of the sort. Thank you for calling in.
I'm gonna put bleach in your booty.
No, I don't think so. You know what? Goodbye. No.
Y'all so stupid. Why are y'all so stupid? Get better problems, I swear to God that y'all want them. Y'all so dumb. People so stupid. People so dumb. People so boo-hoo, wah, wah, wah. Get better issues, we're gonna run out of tissues. It's so dumb.